Hi, welcome to another episode of FPV OE. My name is Emmanuel, and today I'm going to be going through the most commonly asked questions about the DJI Avata 2. I looked them up and I'm going to be answering them. If there's anything you want to know or anything you think I haven't covered, please just drop a message in the chat and I will get back to you with the answer. So, one of the most commonly asked questions is the DJI Avata 2 good for beginners? Yes, it is one of the best FPV drones, I think, for beginners because it lets you go up in stages. This is the exact drone I started my journey with. Obviously, when you buy it as a bundle, it comes with the RC Motion 3, and that is just excellent for learning to fly with because it allows you to fly around, get the feel for FPV, and get the kind of hang for it. And it obviously leaves you the room to develop into the FPV3 controller, which is to use it in full manual. So this is a great drone for flying about with. Also, this thing is well built. I've crashed this numerous times and it is still in full shape. There was one kind of shady point where I thought the gimbal might be broken, but all it was jammed in and I pulled it out. So it is definitely a good drone for beginners, so I would highly recommend it. Can the Avata 2 do flips and rolls? Yes, it can. So you've got kind of two options with it. When you're using the RC Motion 3, you have something called Easy Acro. It's very basic. It does a roll, it does a flip, and it can kind of do a power loop, but you can't use them the same way you would with a full manual FPV drone. To do them, again, you'll need the FPV3 controller. This allows you to do all sorts of moves and fly like a true FPV drone, if you would call it, and do some crazy acro with it. Obviously, the level of acro you can do depends on your skill as a pilot. I'm still learning, so my acro is slowly getting there, hopefully. But yes, it can definitely do flips, rolls, all sorts of maneuvers with it. You just have to have the ability, and if you want to get full advantage of it, the FPV3 controller. Do I need a simulator to learn acro? So yes, I would 100% say it. I started my journey because I didn't want to purchase a computer learning in full manual without a simulator, and it was really difficult. As I say, this was when I had one of my many crashes. It's just not something you can really just pick up and do. I would 100% recommend getting a simulator because it allows you to obviously get practice in without any fear of crashing, and it just makes such a difference. Obviously, you don't have to go outside and fly. If you wanted, you could sit down at the computer for 6 hours and fly continuously, and you can make really good progress. So you don't have to get a sim, but I would 100% recommend getting a sim if you're planning to fly the DJI Avata 2 in full manual. If you're planning to use the RC Motion 3, then you do not need a simulator. That is so easy to pick up and fly out the box. So it's nothing you need for that. But if you're planning to go full manual, you definitely want the you definitely want a simulator. How fast can the DJI Avata 2 go? So I've actually done a video on this. I'll stick a link up there for it. But I got up to about 72 miles per hour. You can go really fast, but you have to be aware that in the EU they are speed limited, so you would need to do the FCC hack. So if you do the FCC hack, that will obviously unlock the full capabilities if you're in an EU region. But yeah, so mine's got the FCC hack and I've got new propellers and I've managed to hit 72 miles per hour. I did have a bit of a tailwind, but I've seen other people who've got even faster with it and they've done really like kind of top speeds. But again, I think they've had tailwinds. But you're looking about the 70 mile per hour mark in full manual and with the FCC hack if you're in an EU region. What's the real flight time like? So this is a bit of a, not a bugbear for me, but I think it's definitely overstated. So if you're using the RC Motion 3, I would say your flight time is probably about 12 to 15 minutes. If that, probably, that's like a really good day if you're not pushing it too much. If you're flying in full manual and you're using the FPV3 controller, your flight time is going to be considerably less. I believe DJI advertise it as being 23 minutes, but it's definitely not 23 minutes. I think I get about, on average, 8 minutes, maybe 9 in full manual. If I'm really pushing it, like I was doing in my speed test video, just literally flying straight back and forth at top speed. I think on one of the batteries, I went down from almost 100% to 40% in about 2.5 minutes. Do I need to register the DJI Avata 2 in the UK? So yes, you do. Unfortunately, the drone weighs over 250 grams, so you do need to register it, but it's a very simple process. You just go online and you can register it, and you need to get an operator ID and then you just have to attach that operator ID somewhere visible. So it needs to be either attached to the drone or somewhere. You can even attach it inside the battery. Basically, it can't be attached somewhere. You need tools to be able to view it. So if you stuck it inside the battery or to the side of the drone, you'd be perfectly fine with that. But you just need to make sure that is obviously registered and displayed on the side of the drone. Can you use ND filters on the DJI Avata 2? Yes, you can. So DJI make their own set of filters for it. They are quite pricey, they are £60. So I personally bought a cheaper set of filters I found on eBay. I'll put a link up to them there if I did a video about them. But basically, using ND filters on the DJI Avata 2 is just really good. It makes your footage so much more cinematic. It means you can do effects like motion blur, and it just adds a whole kind of different element to your video. If you're just doing freestyle, you may not want to personally use them, but if you're doing like a cinematic shot or flying down a beach or somewhere like that, then I would definitely recommend using them, and obviously just using the manual camera settings to make sure you get the best output for them and the best kind of quality video you're looking for. Can you change the camera settings manually? So yes, you can change all the settings on the DJI Avata 2 camera. It's really easy. You just go through it on the goggles and you can change them all there. You can either do it in auto or you can set and pick all those kind of elements you want. I normally film most of my stuff in auto. I did that before I got my ND filters. Now I've got the ND filters, I tend to shoot in manual more often, or sometimes I even just leave it in auto and stick an ND filter on it anyway, and I still think that still helps obviously capture that sort of motion blur that I was talking about earlier, and it just kind of makes the images a lot better and a lot crisper, but you can definitely change all the settings on the camera. Does the FCC Hack really work? Yes, so again, I'll put another link to a video about it up there. FCC Hack is 100% recommended. I would definitely say do it. Not even just for speed, it's purely for the transmission quality. So I used to have really bad issues with my drone losing quality transmission as I was flying around. So since I've done the FCC Hack, it is almost non-existent. I still get it at random times when I'm flying behind like trees and stuff like that when a bit further away, but it makes a huge difference and it's really easy to do. So I would definitely recommend doing the FCC Hack. And as I said earlier, if you are in an EU region, then it's better to do it anyway, because obviously you get the speed unlocked as well with it. So it does work and it's definitely recommended. Can you fly freestyle with the DJI Avata 2? Yes, you 100% can. You can fly freestyle with the DJI Avata 2. Again, obviously the kind of freestyle you can do depends on how good you are. But if you are a really good FPV pilot and you have the DJI Avata 2, you would have no problem doing it. It does suffer a bit from prop wash, and I've noticed that quite a bit when I'm doing certain maneuvers. So you probably notice that if you're like a really good FPV pilot and you're not used to flying the abducted drone. But you can definitely do freestyle with it. There's some people out there who have amazing videos doing some real like tearing up and ripping with it. So yes, it can definitely do freestyle, and you can definitely rip the sky to pieces with the DJI Avata 2. Right, so that was just a quick video answering some of the most commonly questions I saw online when I was looking it up. So if there's anything you want to know or anything I've missed, obviously just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. I might even make a follow-up video if there's enough. But otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe. I'll have more videos coming up with my progress and just general DJI Avata 2 videos. So please remember to hit like, subscribe and follow. And thanks for watching FPV OE.